Today's sponsor is the USCCA. The United States Concealed Carry Association gets you ready for what happens before, during, and after an act of lawful self-defense. There's a lot of training and education. Once you become a member, you also get self-defense liability insurance. It's what I use for my family. I strongly suggest you check it out. It could be the most important link you ever click. It's uscca.com/GNG. It's in the pinned comment. It's also in the description box below. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Excuse my allergies if I sound stuffy. My eyes are watery. It's kicking my butt today. Yeah, it's one of those days. I'm going to tell you six facts that the incident in Indiana at the mall disprove on the gun control side. I'm also going to give you some fallout by the anti-gunners and how they're so upset that a citizen used a gun. And I also will tell you a couple other things, but I want you first to hear from the officials on scene who tell you some of the facts. I want the facts out there, and then I'll be right back.
At 5:57 p.m., the shooter was confronted by our Good Samaritan, who I will identify in just a moment. The Good Samaritan was armed with a pistol and engaged the shooter as he stood outside the restroom area firing into the food court. The shooter fired several rounds, striking the suspect. The suspect attempted to retreat back into the restroom and fell to the ground after being shot. We recovered 24 .223 rifle rounds shot by the suspect and 10 handgun rounds fired by the Good Samaritan. The Good Samaritan, once again, he has authorized us to release his name. He is requesting you give him time to process and grieve himself before reaching out to him. His name is Elijah Dickin, and that is spelled E-L-I-S-J-S-H-A, and he resides in Seymour, Indiana. He was at the mall last night with his girlfriend shopping. We could not find that he had a permit. He was carrying legally under the constitutional carry law. I did watch the video, the surveillance video, which captured pretty much the entire incident. I will say his actions were nothing short of heroic. He engaged the gunman from quite a distance with a handgun, was very proficient in that, very tactically sound, and as he moved to close in on the suspect, he was also motioning for people to exit behind him. He has, to our knowledge, he has no police training and no military background.
Okay, so first, like I said, there were six gun control pillars that this incident absolutely destroys. The first is concealed carry permits and the value of constitutional carry. This hero is 22 years old, was carrying off of the new constitutional carry law that went into effect on July 1st. What that does for those folks who will be watching who are not very pro-gun or from the anti-gun point of view, constitutional carry says if you're not federally prohibited, then you don't have to pay the government a fee for a permission card. It's your right. And constitutional carry took effect on the 1st. And here we go. This is a Good Samaritan is what they're calling him. He's a hero. He is one of us, one of the protectors who carry every day to keep ourselves, our family, our community safe, standing in the gap. So right away, the value of constitutional carry and not paying for a permission slip is proven 100%. You can't not see the value. This guy saved lives by simply carrying his gun lawfully. Now, for those who are going to say, well, it's against the mall's policy to have a gun. We're going to get to that. We'll get to that. The mall representative praised him as well. And don't forget, the bad guy brought in 2 ARs and a pistol. So that tells you how much the policy really works in real life. So number 2 is the magazine ban that Congress is trying to push through right now. It's getting marked up tomorrow. They want to ban anything more than 10 rounds. Well, why is that important in this case? Because our good guy fired 10 rounds at the bad guy and took him down. But what if he needed another round? What if there were 2 assailants? That's why we don't put arbitrary number limits on magazines. If he needed more rounds, he should have the opportunity to utilize those, because it proved here that he's saving lives. Number 3 is the assault weapon ban. Why do I say that? Because the way that the current bill that is working its way through the House is written, it would ban any handgun in which there is a full auto version. And both of these people, good guy, bad guy, had Glock pistols as well. And Glock is one of those guns that would be banned because there are full auto versions. There is a full auto Glock out there. Also, AR pistols and stuff like that would be banned. So this could have potentially taken this gun away from him, because it would have been banned by some bureaucrats who don't know anything about what they're talking about. The next one is reciprocity. This should be an argument to destroy all of those states that say you can't bring your freedom across this imaginary line in a map. If this were a border town and it was somebody from a different state, then what are we going to say? He's a bad guy because he saved lives, but he crossed an imaginary line with his gun, which is the Second Amendment? That should destroy reciprocity right there, or the arguments against reciprocity. 5, handgun rosters. Couple states, Massachusetts, California famously, have handgun rosters in which the government tells you which guns you can have because they feel they're safer than other guns. Doesn't make sense. Now, for this argument, that Glock that he was holding, you couldn't buy in Massachusetts or California unless you go to Gen 1, 2, or 3, early 3. Those things don't make sense. A gun to protect yourself is a gun to protect yourself. It doesn't matter what year it was made, or if it has a 57-pound trigger, or a window that you can see the brass inside, or a magazine disconnect. None of those things keep people safer. What they do is actually make it more difficult for them to protect themselves. Heavier trigger pull, less accurate. And the next one is gun-free zones. The only thing gun-free zones do is create target-rich environments for bad guys. This mall, it's a Simon Mall if I'm correct, but the mall's policy is to not have no guns past this sign. Well, bad guy brought in 2 rifles. Bad guy was going to do business, and bad guy was going to be the next person on the media. Woo! Look at this, another person. Why we have to ban rifles? If this law-abiding citizen utilizing his constitutional rights, or his rights guaranteed by the Constitution. We don't get our rights from the Constitution, simply acknowledges them. If he wasn't doing what he legally could do, there would have been many more victims. So all of these issues should be looked at. They should be shredded. A lot of them don't pass the text history of tradition test now out of the Bruin decision, and I thought this was a good opportunity to bring that to your attention. Now, I'm also going to read you some quotes that have come out surrounding this incident. Some that I have highlighted because I thought, wow, did this person really say that? Here's the first one. The term Good Samaritan came from a Bible passage of a man from Samaria who stopped on the side of the road to help a man who was injured and ignored. This comes from CBS traffic anchor Justin Collar on Twitter. And he also said, I cannot believe we live in a world where the term can equally apply to someone killing someone. My God. Good Samaritan is somebody who does the right thing. So should he sit back and let other people be slaughtered? You be okay with that? Then there's a quote from the Greenwood, Indiana mayor. He praised the hero's quick action and heroism and said, someone we are calling the Good Samaritan was able to shoot the assailant and stop further bloodshed. This person saved lives tonight. On behalf of the city of Greenwood, I am grateful for his quick action and heroism in this situation. And I agree wholeheartedly. And then there's Mom's Demand Action. Shannon Watts said this. I don't know who needs to hear this, but when a 22-year-old illegally brings a loaded gun into a mall and kills a mass shooter armed with an AR-15, he's already killed 3 people and wounded others. It's not a ringing endorsement of our implementation of the Second Amendment. So your right to defend yourselves or others, played out live, is not a ringing endorsement? So what Shan is saying, that the Good Samaritan shouldn't have been allowed to have his gun, thus saving the lives, because you cannot legislate the evil in the hearts of men and women. You can't do that. You can't legislate away people's mind. So it's okay for him to be, a crazy son of a bitch and bring guns in to kill people. because criminals will always get guns. It's just the legal, law-abiding citizen. He was wrong. Do you see the irony here? And then the final one I want to give you is a spokesman of the mall. The spokesman said this. Now remember, those are people saying, "Oh, the mall policy." "We grieve for the victims of yesterday's horrific tragedy in Greenwood. Violence has no place in this or any other community. We are grateful for the strong response of the first responders, including the heroic actions of the Good Samaritan who stopped the suspect." And that's what the mall should do. The mall should not say, "Well, he's banned for life. He can never go to Hot Topic again." Guys and gals, our rights are paramount. Thank you to the hero. He has been named. He's asking for a little bit of time to process. Thank you for what you did. Thank you for being someone who values the protecting of others around you. Thank you for being somebody who says that my right to protect myself supersedes your stupid sign. Thank you for being somebody who I would love to go to bat with. Guys and gals, let me know what you think about this whole scenario down below. Do you think that it destroys those 6 pillars of gun control that I just brought you? Or not? Let me know down below in the comments. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.